Well, it's a real pleasure to be here to launch the UK's anti-corruption strategy. And obviously it's incredibly fitting that we're doing that in the ancient heart of London, a city that has long understood the truth at the core of commerce, that trust is everything, that where prosperity is earned, not stolen, where everyone wins when everyone plays by the rules, that tradition runs deep. In the 21st century, the foreign and domestic now blur together. These networks spread across borders like a stain, dirty money slipping through shadowy shell companies, through luxury property, through the crypto assets of hostile states, organised crime groups and terrorist networks. And too often the trail leads back here to London, to a financial system admired across the world, precisely because it is trusted. That trust and our security are now under attack, exploited by those Kremlin-linked elites who enable Putin's aggression. And we must be clear, this city, this country, will no longer be their haven. We will stop them. When corruption fuels instability abroad, it sends crime, conflict, and illegal migration back towards us. Here at home, it makes it harder to combat crime. The vast majority of our police, our prison and border officers do extraordinary work, but the minority who succumb to bribes, let more drugs and weapons onto our streets, leave more criminals on the loose, and eat away at the public trust frontline services depend on. 70% of the British public are worried about professional services being abused to hide illicit wealth. If you loot, if you launder, if you defraud the British people, you will be caught and tried by those who understand your tricks. We'll start by strengthening enforcement, expanding the domestic corruption unit I just mentioned so it can carry out even more investigations using advanced intelligence tools to detect corruption and work more closely with our enforcement agencies. We'll increase sanctions and build new capability to counter professional enablers, starting with a dedicated coordinator to drive up joined-up action. And we'll provide even more support to affected states to trace and recover stolen good. Baroness Hodge will lead a government review of assets to identify vulnerabilities exploited by criminals and recommend how we close them. We'll limit the movement of corrupt elites, toughening our border response to prevent them and their enablers from entering this country. And as AI accelerates, we will seize its potential to speed up serious fraud office investigations. Piloting a prototype AI corruption investigation assistant will also confront the insider threat head on, with tougher national integrity screening and vetting for police, better data sharing, and new measures to stop insiders from abusing their positions on our borders, in our prisons, and within the defence community. Our second strand recognises the role of business and civil society, so often on the front line of this fight. We will support industry to prevent and identify corruption and empower civil society to impose wrongdoing. We will overhaul the UK's anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing system, with the Financial Conduct Authority becoming responsible for supervising professional services firms. We will help UK businesses to combat bribery through the Serious Fraud Office and launch a new online anti-bribery resource for exporters. And we will explore opportunities to reform whistleblowing, including potential financial incentives for those brave enough to speak up. The UK does not tolerate corruption, and it never will. Let's get to work.